Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I wanted to show you a couple little finds I got over the past few days. This is just from Dollar Tree. It's this really cool pencil pouch, obviously just $1, but I like the feathers on it, and I'll probably use that for some of my Bible journaling art supplies when I take it on the go. And another thing they had there was this cute washi tape. It's got the birds and the leaves on there. And I thought that would be kind of a fun springtime washi tape to add to my planner, my traveler's notebook, or again, Bible art journaling. Another thing, I like to try to find stuff at Goodwill like many of you do. The other day they had a sale going on. I think this was a normal price though, but this was this book on Voltaire, and I'm going to use this to gut and use the cover for a junk journal. And I've noticed it's got 2 gashes in it, which I don't think were there when I bought the book, so something happened while it's been sitting here on my craft counter. But I think that'll be fine. I'll cover that up with fabric probably anyway. I always like to look for a book that's generally in good shape. I usually remove the spine, so that won't be a problem, but the rest of it looks pretty sturdy. And I like this color, so I may try to salvage using that. But the inside, everything looked like it was in pretty decent shape. So that will be used for a junk journal cover. And then the other thing I found there, which I had to get, it was just $1. Some of the books, they were marked $3, and I'm like, I don't need to spend $3 for a used book when I can get them new for $1, or get them cheap at our library used book sale for $1 or $2. But this book on gardening, the flowers, was $1, and it's just going to be a really great book to use for botanical aspects for junk journals. I almost hate to cut it up. It's a really neat resource. It's got the name of the flower, the common name, where it grows, how large the plant can become, and it just describes it. So, I don't know. I'm not really going to want to tear it up, but that's why I bought it, and it was $1. So, I had heard from one YouTuber that books that are not sold at resale shops or thrift stores will end up being bought and burned or gotten rid of by incinerating them. And so I want to say it was Liz Drake. If I got that from Liz, thank you, Liz. Anyway, that made me feel better about buying books and tearing them up, because they're going to just get burned anyway. So anyway, lots of neat pictures. This is a cool wildflower display there, or maybe not wild, but kind of a random casual look. I love that kind of thing. Tells you all about how to garden, design ideas, and so forth, which I think will be a really terrific book for junk journals, and just lots and lots of pictures. You can see it's got this huge spine here, width to it. So I probably won't use the covers. I'm not sure. I've never tried anything that long in junk journaling, but that might be something new. Also in that book was this person's notes who had the book before me, even some photos she took. So that might be a fun thing to stick in a junk journal as well. And then my last thing to show you today was just this really fun little box of buttons my friend Kathy gave me. Her dad passed these on to her. She decided she didn't need them, so she asked if I wanted them for junk journaling. I'm like, yes, please. It looks wonderful. All kinds of cool buttons that will make nice decorations for the front of journals, or even on some of my book tassels. Lots of cool colors. Now this is really neat. 9 cents. I mean, when do you find 3 buttons for 9 cents? Like, what are they now? Could be $3 or $4 or $5 or more, depending on the buttons you buy. 15 cents. And some of the colors on these I really like. This is a really rich, almost like a cherry red. And I don't know where they came from originally. I guess just somebody had them that liked to sew. square in the circle. I think that's cool. This was marked down 51 cents. Some of them are missing. This one's unusual. It's almost, well, it has a place to sew, to put thread through, but it's kind of an unusual thing. I wondered if it was glow in the dark, but it didn't seem to glow, so no luck there. And you can see, if you have any ideas of what to do with buttons, I would love to hear. I have a whole jar of, or 2 jars of antique buttons that belong to my grandma and aunt, and I used to love to sort through them as a little girl. I have those on display. Probably don't use them too often for craft projects, but buttons like this I would love to know. And a new YouTuber I have, not a new YouTuber, but new to me, Gail Agostinelli, I think is how you say your name, has great tutorials on all kinds of aspects of creating junk journals. And she used some of these buttons and sewed them into the spine on the outside of a junk journal, and I'm definitely wanting to try that. My 2 projects I haven't lined up for the next couple of weeks will be to make a junk journal just featuring things primarily with the color pink. And then the other one I want to do is going to be more of a farmer's market theme with a lot of fun, bright, cheery spring colors, canning jars, just things you would think of as being at a farmer's market or a roadside stand, that kind of springy, fresh food-based journal. So I think some of these might actually work for that. Maybe the brighter yellows or the white ones or some of the bright orange. So it is fun to be blessed by this. Who would think that a box of buttons could be so much fun? But when you enter the world of junk journaling and crafting, the most ordinary thing becomes lots of fun and a special treat. So I'd be interested in hearing any ideas for buttons. Also any ideas on the flower pages. Again, I'll be doing junk journals, but I'd love to hear any other thoughts on how to use all those pretty flower pages. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.